Welcome back to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. We're getting ready for our second game of the day in the Academy Finals, which is between Copleston and City of London Academy Southwark Pride. I'm Kaz Bullock here with Adam Masters. We've already had one fantastic game in the CBL Final already, and we're getting ready for another exciting one coming up in around 7 minutes' time. Now Copleston coming into this one as the #1 seed in the South. They went 10-0 in the regular season, and they were named the co-champions with Cola in the 2019-2020 season, which was the COVID-shortened season, so no finals took place. But they are looking to get their first title out on the court today in today's game. And the team has got players throughout Division 1 playing for Ipswich. A lot of experience out there. They're a fast-paced, high-scoring team, and led by first-time Coach of the Year in the South, Nick Drain. Now they came through the quarterfinals against JMA Reading Rockets 78-38, and in the semi-finals against the Oaklands Wolves 104-45. Now Yasmin Edwards put on an incredible performance in that one. 34 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists and 15 steals. Liv Forster, she had 26 points, 5 rebounds and 9 assists along with 6 steals. They're coming into this game averaging 89.8 points per game, which is good for first in the league, holding their opponents to 37.8 points per game. Again, that's the lowest in the league. They lead in pretty much every category you can think of. Made 3-pointers with 8.6. They get out into transition, those fast break points, but also a difficult team to stop inside because they just have threats from everywhere on the court. They're averaging 23.4 steals per game, which is nearly 10 more than the second place team. So Adam, we know what the Copleston Academy, what the program is like. We see it at the Ipswich level, and they're fast and they like to score.
Yeah, I mean, we've just seen players from both sides winning awards there, so we know the calibre of basketball that we can look forward to. It's great to see Coach Drain here as always. These events don't seem the same unless Nick Drain's here. But you know what, a couple of minutes ago I was just reading down the rosters, and as you do, putting a couple of little asterisks next to name. And you know what, Kaz, you might as well just put asterisks next to most of the names on here. You know, you look at Cola, you're talking Felicia Jacobs, Violet Stutt, Esther Cursite, Ala Bal. You know, these are players that we've seen now for a couple of years. You go on to Copleston, Yaz Edwards, Olivia Forster, Louisa Gibbons. These are superstars, you know what I mean? At this level, at under 18s, these are the superstars of British women's basketball right now. And these are the players that we're going to be talking about for a long time at national level, you know, as they come through the under 18s, they're moving into under 20s. And then you know full well that some of these players are going to end up being GB regulars. So it was the same in the boys' game, but if you look at just how many potential superstars are on the floor with both Cola and I keep wanting to say Ipswich, but obviously not Coplestone. You know, there's a lot to be watched here. So you know, everybody get your pen and paper ready, write down some names because you're going to be hearing from some of these players for a heck of a long time.
Definitely, and just a few players we picked to watch out for today. So Yasmin Edwards for Copleston, 24.2 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 1.4 assists and 6.3 steals per game. She was named the most improved player in the South and named to the all-conference first team in the South. She leads the league in points per game and steals per game, is third in efficiency, and she has just improved all aspects of her game over the last 18 months. She's a hustle player, so hard working on court, so definitely keep an eye on her today if you've not seen her play before. Alongside her, Liv Forster, MVP of the South Conference, all-conference first team. She's a shooter, a scorer, very, very fast, playing for GB under 18 last summer. She comes into this averaging 16.1 points per game, 4.4 rebounds and 6.4 assists. And then Christabel Osorobo, Defensive Player of the Year in the South this season and last season, back-to-back awards for her. Also named to the all-conference first team. a really strong rebounder, but she can shoot from outside. She's a dangerous prospect and has committed to Gonzaga, who'll be heading over there in September, averaging a double-double of 14.1 points per game, 10.3 rebounds and 1.8 assists.
Gonzaga, that is a big name in college basketball, so an unbelievable opportunity for her there, and she's going to be so excited about that.
And you love to see it as well. You love to see the development of players through that program.
Yeah.
And another program, again, we can't talk about development of players without talking about the City of London Academy Southwark Pride. They are the number 2 seed in the South, 7 wins, 3 losses. They are the defending champions of the WEABL title, and this is their 6th final. They won their 4th title last year against Itchen College, 72-60. They're the most successful team in the competition, and they are led by 6-time Coach of the Year in the South in Jackson Gibbons. They're a really tough defensive-minded team. They have a lot of options, and again, a lot of experience with players playing through Division 1, playing at the under-18s level, players that play together and really know each other and how they play. They came through the quarter-final against Itchen, 62-48, and the semi-final against Charnwood, 68-44. Violet Stutz led the way in that one, 15 points, 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Isla Habal adding in 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And Felicia Jacobs just having an incredible game, rebounding 13 rebounds for her, along with 2 points. So they are averaging 64.4 points per game and hold their opponents to 41.1, which is the 2nd lowest in the league behind Ipswich. So Adam, you mentioned them before, but keep an eye on Felicia Jacobs. Just a really incredible talent. Under 18 National Cup MVP for Cola in January, 18 points, 14 rebounds in that. She was named to the All-Conference first team in the South. She's playing the England Under-18 Four Nations tournament next week. Was out with GB Under-18s in the summer, and just a really strong inside presence.
Yeah, I mean, Felicia's a busy person right now. You know, we've seen it time and time again at these tournaments. You know, great player. When you think of Cola basketball, the first thing you think of is defense.
Yeah.
But you can't sleep on them on offense either, because I always say that defense leads to good offense. If you can get plenty of stops and you're good in transition like Cola are, then that defense, it just leads to other things. And that's something Ipswich you're going to have to be really aware of. Sorry, Ipswich, I keep doing it, Kaz. You're going to have to keep nudging me. Copleston High School are going to have to look out for. But if Liv Forster gets off to a good start and she starts feeling it from the 3-point line, that's where they're going to get a lot of buckets. I'm looking for a really entertaining game here now.
Definitely. And just also on Cola, Glory Cabia, 6.1 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, 2.9 assists, all conference first team in the South. She has hit 2 buzzer-beating game winners in Division 1 so far this season against Bristol and Thames Valley. Watch out for her, leading the team in assists per game and is 7th in the league. And alongside her, Adora Diorama, Under 17 South Player of the Year. She'll be joining Felicia Jacobs at the England Under 18 Four Nations tournament next week. So if we look at the starting fives for both teams, Copleston, it will be Yasmin Edwards, Liv Forster, Deanna Carrington, Louisa Gibbons and Christabel Osorobo. And for Cola, Glory Cabia, Felicia Jacobs, Violet Stutz, Esther Kersite and Isla Habal. And Cola playing in red today, Copleston in black. And now these teams have met each other twice so far this season in the Academy League season. Copleston taking the win in both occasions, 75-70 and 76-74. So close games.
Not in it.
As you said, Adam, expecting a fast, fun, close game today. And I sometimes think when you get teams that play very different styles like this, it always makes for a fun matchup, especially a fun matchup from a fan standpoint of view as well.
I mean, hey, look, you've got it here. Coach Strain loves offense, yeah? Cola love defense. Those two things come together, and what you've got is the perfect game of basketball.
It is.
You know, you see the big, I keep saying Ipswich, but there's a big Ipswich banner over there.
It's because they're trying to throw us off.
Yeah, they are. And of course, it would not be a game with Liv Forster without her brother being on the second row there. Has he got his drum with him? I see him. There's Dad Jim. They're just having a chat right now. Oh, hey, there you go. We're just wondering whether he's got his drum with him today. And he's always there bringing the noise.
Jim and Ethan gonna make some noise there, definitely.
Yeah.
But hey, to counter that, I need to point out these two cola.
Well, I mean,
I can't even call that a drum. That's like 10 times the normal size of a drum.
Well, Kaz,
there we go.
As you know, I'm a former musician, and I've got to say, I'm not sure what they are. They look like Japanese taiko drums, I think they're called. But
wow.
They're loud.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And again, we love to see the support out here in the crowd. A nice crowd building here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. And thank you to everybody watching on Basketball England's YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can stay up to date with all the goings on from all the games on the social media channels. We've got highlights, interviews, everything coming up, as we still have one more game after this one at 5 o'clock. It will be the WEABL Final. But out on court, it will be Gibbons and Jacobs for the tip into the hands of Osorobo for Copleston. And it's Edwards handing off to Forster in the corner, knocks down a three.
Hey, what did I say a couple of minutes ago?
In the first few seconds, and Ipswich picking up full court here. Both teams coming out strong. Did I just say Ipswich? Copleston. This is... Jacobs. Habal. Turns, fires, knocks it down.
Habal saying, all right, Liv.
They counted Liv's long two.
No, it was a long two. But Habal saying, all right, Liv, we can go head to head.
And driving to the basket is Carrington. She's going to get the foul call. And that's going to be foul number 1 on Felicia Jacobs. So Deanna Carrington is going to head to the line for 2 shots. She was playing under 16 last season for Ipswich. Also represented England at the under 16 Four Nations tournament as part of the Aspire program in the South a couple of years ago. Again, just another really talented young player out on court. She goes 2 of 2 from the line.
And obviously, Kaz, I just want to say quickly as well, there's obviously going to be a lot of young people tuning in to watch these games, and we keep bringing up, like in the first game, the footwork, the free throw technique that I just saw just then was pretty much perfect. Hopefully we get to see that again and talk about it.
Let's look out for it. Stutz driving to the basket, banks it in. And Kohler go up by 1. Osorobo driving, doesn't get it to drop. And ball's loose. And it's going to be end line ball for Copleston. Osorobo round to Carrington. Edwards in the corner, puts up the 3, too strong. Jacobs with the rebound, and watch the positioning of Felicia Jacobs. There's Kerside.
There you go. Oh,
can't finish. Edwards racing down the court, hands it out to Forster. Gibbons to the hoop, high off the glass, gets it to drop. The energy from both teams coming out early, Adam.
Incredible.
Habal. Habal in the corner, 3's up, too strong. And Kerside chasing it down, but it's into the hands of Osorobo, who's going to back it up and wait for her team to catch up. As Forster, that 3 doesn't go, but Carrington picks it up. And Osorobo, she's going to try a 3. Not that time. As Jacobs finds herself all alone underneath the basket and lays it in.
Kohler doing a nice job in transition there already. Copleston was sort of caught out there. There was nobody waiting for the player down at the other end.
Edwards. Round to Gibbons, thought about the 3. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Nice handoff there. And shot's too strong. It's going to go out of bounds. So it's going to stay with Copleston. 1.3 seconds on the shot clock. So Adam here, it's really going to have to be a catch and shoot. You maybe get one pass in, but it needs to be something puts up quickly.
I wonder who's going to get this shot. There we go.
Forster catches on the inbound, doesn't get it to fall. Cabia. Nice pass there to Kersite. And a 3-second call inside, so basket's waved off.
Kersite looking disappointed there. I mean, their positioning's been great so far. Been on the end of 2 fast break balls.
It's a 1-point Kohler lead. Gibbons. Good ball movement there from Copleston. Osorobo's 3 just rims out. She comes up with the rebound. Oh, the shot doesn't fall, but tapped into the hands of Edwards. And Edwards, 3 too strong. Jacobs with another rebound, but it's Gibbons. Steals it away, and again, Adam, the hustle that both teams are playing with, fighting for each ball, as Habal with the short jumper.
Nice. Well, there's already a nice battle breaking out between Gibbons and Kersite under the basket there, but Habal with a beautiful pull-up jump shot right there.
And that's an Isla Habal, a player that we saw a couple of years ago playing with the Haringey Angels at the Under-16 National Cup.
I remember it well.
It's amazing to see how much she's coming. I remember she really stood out to me in that game, just leaping out of the air and just putting on a show for the fans. As Forster to Edwards.
Nice.
Nice finish.
Okay, so one of the biggest parts of that play was Yasmin Edwards doing exactly what she does. She's like a predator on defense. She knocks the ball out and starts the ball in transition. Over to Liv Forster, gets it back, easy money.
As Jacobs inside, that one drops. And that's a tough finish from Jacobs, and she's always so calm, so composed underneath the basket. She can take that contact, and she's, you know, such a high basketball IQ player. Ball's knocked out of bounds there. We'll stay with Copleston. And it'll be Forster on the inbound. Into Osorobo. Working against Jacobs, turns. Great D there from Jacobs. Sabal looks to get it over the line. Over to Kersite, just a bit too strong.
Oh, lucky. It was a great idea from Habal there.
As we got a substitution for Kohler, Deborah Wilson-Oswede checking into the game. Gloria Cabia heading to the bench. 3-point Kohler lead.
I mean, if you want to talk about a double threat inside for Kohler, cars, you've got to be looking at the 6'3" Kersite and Felicia Jacobs at 6'2".
Forster gets the foul call. That'll put her at the line. It's going to be the second team foul on Kohler. And we'll have a timeout called.
Look at Forster there. Nice little spin move. She goes to her left-hand side, tries to find her way in, and there was the contact. But some really good ball handling from Liv Forster there before the foul.
And much like we saw in the first game with Tyrese Pokumensa, Liv Forster is a player that will find a way to the basket. She's able to step through. She's very quick, and she's got this like scoop layup that she does. And you just, it goes up, and you're like, how's it going in? It's like the way she's falling and it'll drop in.
Well, I mean, in the first game of the day, we were talking about a 1-2 punch. Copleston have got like a 1-5 punch, you know what I mean? There's that many options that they've got. But Yaz Edwards has already shown what she does. Like I said before, she's a predator around the perimeter, and she's got that ability to just see where to strike, knock the ball out, go for the steal, and then start the transition play. Like you say, Liv Forster will get down the floor quick, in for that nice little scoop layup she does, but obviously we know what a danger she is on the outside. But then down the other end, you've got so much height in there. You know, these are the matchups that you really love.
Exactly. Osorobo and Gibbons inside. That makes it a tough matchup for Jacobs and Kersite on the other side. But both teams, I love this matchup when you see these teams, because these are players that have come up through the age groups together. They've been battling against each other.
Definitely.
And this is the, I don't want to say it, but this is the last time we're going to see some of these players out on this court before they, for the under 19 level.
Well, I mean, while Liv takes these free throws, I mean, I can only say personally, it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure to be able to commentate these games, Kaz.
I mean, do you remember when we first saw Liv stepping out onto the big stage when she was playing in the WEABL during the COVID season for the Mystics? She'd come and get a few minutes, take some charges.
I'll tell you, I remember Liv playing for the Mystics when she was younger, and seeing her journey has been incredible. I'm going to miss seeing a lot of these players at these tournaments,
Definitely, definitely. And Liv Forster will be heading over to the States in September, to the University of South Carolina upstate. But back on court, 3 is good for Stutz, and that puts Kohler ahead by 5. And substitution for Copleston as Keris Leach into the game for the first time. That's stolen away, and Habal racing up the court. 3 doesn't drop. Edwards with the rebound. Round to Osorobo. Leach. 3's too strong. And Jacobs with her 5th rebound already in just 5 and a bit minutes. Stutz gets inside. That's a nice move from
Stutz. Yeah, I like that. She came across, went in on the left side. Beautiful move.
You see her take those corner 3s a lot.
Yeah.
And showing that, she can do it all.
She can do it inside as well.
And Stutz named to the All-Conference 2nd team in the South this season. Again, a player that plays Division 1 and has represented England under 18s previously. So a substitution for Kohler, Glory Cabia. And Adeora Diorama checking in, as Yasmin Edwards is at the foul line for 2. First is good. That takes us to 3 points in the game so far, along with 3 rebounds and an assist. Second's good, 2 of 2 from the line. Leads down to 5 for Kohler. Look at the pressure here from Copleston. Wilson Oswede into the hands of Cabia. Back up to Cabia. Stutz driving inside, has to back it out. Edwards coming up the court for Copleston. Osorobo working hard, shot doesn't go. Edwards calling from the baseline. It's going to be an out-of-bounds call, but again, that's something Yasmin Edwards does very well. You never see it on the stat sheet, but if you had a column for how many jump balls are forced, Yasmin Edwards is up there. She sees the ball and she's like, that's mine, I'm grabbing that.
Must get ball.
And again, Copleston pressuring the inbound.
Well, I mean, we talk about the Kohler defence, but Copleston are going full court press at the moment as well.
Stutz, 3 is good. Nothing but net for Violet Stutz. 10 points for her in the first quarter so far. Osorobo driving to the rim.
Nice move.
Cabia over to Stutz. Wilson Oswede driving baseline. Hand off inside, but ball's loose and it's Leach fighting for it for Copleston. And that's a foul called on Kohler. That is the first foul on Adora Diorama. As we've got a substitution, Aaliyah Clark checking it into the game for the first time for Kohler. Gibbons. Oh, nice pass to Edwards and a spin on the baseline.
Double spin move there from Copleston. Gibbons to Yaz. It was like a dance they were doing. And then straight back in with the full court press.
Stutz lines up the three. Not that time. And great offensive rebound in there from Diorama, who puts it back in. 6-point Kohler lead. Forster working away to the basket. Doesn't get that to fall. Cabia setting things up. Driving all the way, finds a lane. And Clark's there for the rebound and the putback. And again, we mentioned it in the first game, Adam, but offensive rebounds, so crucial. Those second chance points, so valuable. Forster's three hits.
It's a nice screen there from Gibbons. She set the screen for Liv to take that three-point shot. Intelligent move there from Gibbons.
Stutz going inside against Gibbons. That's a tough move. Gets her own rebound, blocked by Gibbons. Ball's out of bounds with 11 seconds on the shot clock. And you see that hustle there from Stutz. You know, she's not got the height advantage there going inside against Gibbons. But fighting for it, gets the rebound, follows the shot in as well. Cabia. Three doesn't drop, and Forster with the rebound. Edwards. Just under 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Gibbons out to Leach. Shot clock running down, 5 seconds, ball's on the floor. Jump ball is called, and look, Yasmin Edwards again, forcing the jump ball. Yeah,
it was the play before that was actually kind of cool that I wanted to talk about. Well, maybe we can get it on a replay, but I like the way that Copleston do that. Gibbons is playing sort of, she's starting to play over on the left, and then she's sort of cutting round so she can take her momentum to take the ball inside. Just before that, if she does it again, we'll highlight, but it's a really nice play that they've been running so far.
Handoff underneath the basketball. Foul is called on the floor. And that will be on Copleston. That's just their first foul of the quarter. So end-line ball for Kohler. 6.6 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is off. So time to get something up. Cabia lines up. Three is good. And at the end of the first quarter, it is Kohler 26, Copleston 18. Glory Cabia hitting a nice corner three. And Adam, I don't know if you've seen the replays, but we need to get them out there. But Glory Cabia, she has been knocking down big shots all season long in Division 1, and that's almost picture perfect of some of her buzzer-beating game winners.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, some pretty good shooting stats from Kohler so far. 63% from 2-point, 42% from 3-point. That's a good start from them. 12% from 3-point line for Copleston, which is the one that you've got to be surprised by. Because obviously Liv Forster will drop bombs from out there all day. Hopefully she'll step up as the game progresses, okay? Copleston, though, shooting 83% from the foul line. So the shooting's been pretty good in different areas from both teams, okay? The other thing that I wanted to mention as well was that it's only 3-1 at the moment in terms of steals, but what you've always got to be aware of when you're playing against the team with Yas Edwards on is that around that perimeter, like I said before, she's just waiting for the right time, the way she positions herself to come up with the steal, so she can just reach underneath the player, knock the ball out and start something in transition. That's something that Kohler are going to have to adjust to as well. But 18-26, again, it's nothing, you know, this game's miles to go. Miles to go. Exactly,
an 8-point game in the first quarter as we head into the second. And leading the way, it has been Violet Stutz, 10 points for her. hitting a couple of big threes for Cola. She's got 2 assists and a rebound as well. And Felicia Jacobs adding in 4 points, 5 rebounds already. And for Copleston, Yasmin Edwards, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. And Liv Forster, 6 points, 1 rebound and an assist.
You see Curacao and Jacobs there, just how strong they are on the inside. Once they get the ball, if they want to get to the basket, they're going to get there one way or the other. Gibbons has certainly got a work cut out in terms of height, because she's the only player that can match up to them height-wise. But she's doing a great job so far, Gibbons.
She is, and Louisa Gibbons is the type of player that I always think, like, she doesn't need to score to affect the game. And her presence inside, you know, she doesn't have to have 10, 15 rebounds.
Correct.
Because she's the type of player that will box out, tip those rebounds, like a Hannah Shaw in the WBBL. She's going to position herself well to get the ball into her teammates' hands. And again, that's something that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. So back underway in the second quarter. Osorobo. Short floater, bounces about, but eventually drops in.
What you were just saying there teed up perfectly for what Gibbons just did. She set the screen for the whole play. It wasn't just for the individual player, it was for the entire play.
And players that do that, they're so valuable to the team, aren't they? Cabia into Stutz. Kicks it out, Wilson Oswede. Doesn't go, but chases down her own rebound. Diorama inside, shots waved off, and it'll be a turnover for Cola. So Copleston will get the ball back. Forster passes into Leach, it's knocked out. And you see there as well, Cola dropping in, filling the paint with players, defenders, and making that pass difficult inside. As we've got a substitution of Cola, Isla Habal will check back in, and Violet Stutz to the bench.
So get ready for the tempo to change once again now. Now Isla's back on the floor. She just brings a slightly different dynamic to the offense.
Diorama, Clark underneath the basket. Clark turns, can't get that to fall. And Osorobo chases it down. You see, using her long wingspan as Edwards is fouled underneath the basket. Because you see Osorobo there, Adam, on the steal. She just reaches out. She's got that long wingspan, uses it really well, whether she's scoring, whether she's defending. She's a really tough player to go against. And a nice little handoff there to Edwards, who just gets fouled by Habal. And that's Habal's second foul. She's going to head to the bench. And Shea Oyewele into the game for Cola. And Oyewele, again, a player that we saw playing for the Haringey Angels at the Under-16 Junior National Cup back in 2022. And moving on to Cola.
Difficult decision for Coach Gibbons there, wondering whether to bring Arla out of the game or not. 2 fouls this early on. Dangerous territory.
Cabia stops with a short jumper, and it's good. Takes it to 5, puts the lead up to 7. Forster all the way to the hoop, can't get it to go. And again, Copleston putting on this full court pressure. Cabia over to Oyewele. Wilson Oswede, nice move inside. Can't finish, but creating space for herself. Osorobo working away inside, and Diorama getting a hand on that and comes up with the ball. And jump ball. Again, Yasmin Edwards forcing the ball.
Well, that happened right in front of us. The ball goes on the floor, and he has this instinct is to jump straight on top of it, dive on the floor there, and force the jump ball.
Deanna Carrington checking in for Copleston. And it will be a sideline ball for Kohler. Cabia. Nice screen there from Diorama. Over to OULA. Thought about the shot. And 2 seconds on the shot clock. Needs to put something up. Wilson Aswide at the buzzer. Rolls out. And it's chased down. Jacobs, what a save.
Great hustle from Jacobs there.
And OULA did well as well to position herself to catch that. And OULA in the corner. Three's too short, but Jacobs with the rebound. The hustle and the heart from Felicia Jacobs inside it's just fantastic to see, isn't it? What an example to any young players out there, or old players.
Well, absolutely. I mean, she's just forced to reset clocks. In other words, what happened was the ball was going to be turned over, but she managed to hustle enough to get the ball and put the shot clock back on 14 seconds. She did it twice then within a minute.
OULA lines up the three. Too strong, and again, Jacobs with the rebound. And Edwards on the break, being chased down by Stutz. Can't get it to fall. But Carrington just taps it into the hands of Copleston again. A great follow through from her as Edwards nails the three.
Yeah, Violet Stutz did a good job there not to foul Yaz Edwards.
And Osorobo with the steal, back into the hands of Edwards. And Forster inside, too strong.
See, Copleston there had a player, Dina Carrington was out there on that wing just waving her arms around saying, get it out to me. And Copleston didn't notice it, but when a player's that wide open, you've got to be finding them.
Balls with Kohler. 6:34 to play here in the first half. We've got a 4-point game. Kohler lead. And again, look at the hands of Yasmin Edwards just knocking the ball out. It's so disruptive because it forces you to reset, and it makes you feel pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah. There she is again.
That'll be a foul called. I think that will be on Osorobo. So sideline ball, Kohler, yeah, that's Osorobo's first. Just the second team foul for Copleston, and both teams have done a good job managing fouls here.
Yeah.
OULA into Jacobs, what a pass. And gets that to drop in. That was a bullet pass from OULA inside. And Edwards at the other end answers. Edwards with 12 points in the game. Wilson Oswide over to Stutz. Stutz with a spin. Jacobs inside, working against Gibbons. That's a tough move. And Kersite fighting her way inside for the rebound.
See, on that last play there, if we can pull it up.
You've got a substitution for Kohler.
If you just have a look at this there, on the play just before that, what I was wondering was why, yeah, here we go. So the ball goes inside. She just manoeuvres her body to get in there, and she's double teamed, but there was an opportunity just before that to go to the basket, and she chose to kick it out. But when you've got that much height and strength, you want to be trying to back yourself down into the defense and turn into the shot.
Kersite hits the second free throw. And Ria Saga into the game for Kohler. It's a 5-point Kohler lead. Osorobo gets it. Count that, and the foul. That is a tough move. And you see there, that's using her length, able to scoop the ball round off the glass and gets it to drop in. That is a difficult shot to finish. perfect banks it in. As Adora Diorama back into the game for Kohler. And Arsarovo completes the three-point play.
I was going to say, no pressure for taking a free throw with the Allen sisters stood under the basket watching. Dominique Allen and Whitney Allen both stood under the basket watching from close range there.
Turnover on Kohler, travel call. And Kohler have done a really good job in this quarter, cutting this 8-point lead down to 2. Gibbons for 3. Nails it!
Big shot. Louisa Gibbons there, that's a huge shot.
And when you have bigs that can shoot like that from the outside, they're very difficult to guard against. Stutz looks to answer. Too strong. Saga with a rebound. Not that time. Carrington racing down the court. Looking for some help to hand it off. Gibbons is there. And that'll be a foul called on Stutz on the floor. Oh, apologies, that was...
Fouls on Gibbons, she looked pretty surprised about it.
We've got a timeout called by Kohler. Timeout called by Kohler. We've got just under 5 minutes to play. And leading the way, it's been Yasmin Edwards. 12 points for her with 4 rebounds and a couple of steals for Copleston. And for Kohler, Violet Stutz, 10 points for her and 2 assists. Felicia Jacobs almost looking at a double-double, 6 points and 8 rebounds, 3 of them offensive, and it's 11 offensive rebounds for Kohler against Copleston's 8. Leading to those second chance points, which we mentioned earlier, Adam. Close games like this, really important. And both teams working so hard on the offensive glass. You can see it inside Jacobs and Kersite for Kohler, and Osarobo and Gibbons positioning themselves really well for Copleston.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing when I'm coaching, I can't reiterate enough how important second chance points are. If you don't make it on the second chance and you go to the third, the chances are you're not going to make it. And sometimes you end up going second time, third time, fourth time, it's just not dropping. Second chance points such an important part of this game, and it's something that at this level you've really, really got to pay attention to.
Exactly, it's something that you take with you throughout your basketball career, at whatever stage you're playing at. Kohler looking to get it over the line. Stutz driving to the basket, hands it off underneath, and a nice finish there from Diorama.
Diorama had to virtually step over Gibbons to get that shot off.
And Diorama's done a nice job since she's come into the game.
She has.
And that's a foul called on Kohler. That's a third team foul, and that will be foul number 2 on Violet Stutz. So Forster at the line for 2. Out with the GB under-18s team last summer at the European Championships. She led the team in points per game. And she's committed to the University of South Carolina upstate, so heading over to the States in September. As Kohler have a substitution, Isla Habal back in, and Stutz to the bench. Again, Copleston and the Ipswich programme together have done a good job preparing their players for the next level.
Yep.
And long pass over.
Oh, wow.
It's knocked out there. Carrington did a good job to get back and knock that out. She did a very good job.
Great hustle to play from Carrington there.
Ball's in, Diorama. Nice spin move, hangs in the air. Doesn't get it to fall, but a foul is called on the shot, so that's going to put her at the line for 2. Diorama 7.5 points per game at 7 rebounds and an assist so far this season. She's got 4 points and a couple of rebounds already. As the first free throw is good and ties the game at 34. A chance to put Kohler ahead. And rolls out, but Oyewele chasing in for the rebound. Sabal steps back, three's up, three's good. And Isla Habal coming out back on court. Makes an instant impact. Edwards looks to answer and does! Yasmin Edwards is up to 15 first half points. Stolen away by Osorobo, stepping through, banks it in. On a quick swing.
Look at the full court press here from Copleston. Unbelievable. There's another one.
Great
I think a timeout might be called any second now if they get this turnover.
Habal. Diorama's there. Going against Gibbons. And she gets the whistle. A chance for a 3-point play.
What a great response.
What a fantastic sequence in the last 30 seconds or so, Adam.
Copleston doing a great job with the full court press. Now, what we mean by that is that the minute they score a basket, they're turning around and going straight onto defense, and they're absolutely smothering Kohler, and they force 2 turnovers there. The danger sometimes with the full court press is if it does get through the defenders and down the floor, you sometimes have an open player at the other end, but that just wasn't going to happen. The way that Liv forced Yaz Edwards, and I think it might have been Osorobo, just smothered in them was absolutely incredible.
And we're back to a 1-point game. Copleston up 1. Osorobo blocked by Diorama. And she's done that a couple of times as Adora Diorama been in the right place position. Yeah. You see her puts both hands up in the air, goes straight up and just stops the ball. Edwards into Gibbons. Carrington lines up the 3. Doesn't fall. And it's not going to go.
See, on that play, I'd have liked to have seen Gibbons actually back down the defenders and try and turn to her right inside and get the shot off. But she chose to kick it out instead. She's certainly got the skill set to do that. But look at his full court press again.
Again, it's relentless.
But then Habal does a great job of getting through it. I think she's going to be called for carrying there. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
She stuttered slightly. But Isla Habal doing a great job of breaking the press. If we look here, she just kind of stutters there, takes the extra step.
Ball back with Copleston. 3 minutes to play in the half. Osorobo. Shot doesn't drop. Kohler with a chance to go back ahead here. Cabia for 3. Nails it. Glory Cabia hits that spot. Watch her in that corner. You have been warned.
Yeah.
Forster. And foul called. That stays with Copleston. Before the rebound, pushing foul. And we've got a timeout called. Nick Drain from Copleston wants to talk things over with his team as that second foul there was called on Diorama. But Adam, what a swing there. Glory Cabia as well. She is stepping up in the big games. You've seen her develop through the years and just a really exciting young player.
Yeah.
Great passer, but also she's hit some big shots here, and it's that corner. You've got to watch her in that corner on that side.
That's where she likes to shoot from, and she's just demonstrated that perfectly. But you know, you got to be thinking, Coach Strain's going to be thinking, all right, well, if you want to shoot out, we can do that all day long. Don't worry about us. But you see the shot from Habal there was absolutely beautiful, right on the money.
And Yasmin,
there we go from that wing.
Yasmin Edwards, 17 points in the first half. She is a bucket, and what impresses me the most about Yasmin Edwards, aside from her hustle, is the fact that she has tripled her scoring averages and steal averages this season. She's the most improved player for a reason, but she has worked on every single aspect of her game, and the improvement has just been phenomenal the last 18 months.
But at the same time, there's also that sort of thing where you're going, well, how can Yas Edwards be the most improved player? Because she's such a complete all-rounder, but then to do what she's done just kind of supports the theory as to why she has done that. Incredible.
It's absolutely fantastic, and I've been really excited to watch her grow over the last few seasons. And again, another player heading out to the States in September, Eastern Arizona Community College. So watch out, Eastern Arizona. You have got a bucket coming your way.
You certainly have. She's going to be bringing it to the desert.
Forster steps back for three. Too strong. Chased down by Carrington. And pass is coming over our way.
Slight miscommunication there, but Osarobo just taps the chest, looks at Liv and says, my bad.
Support with Kohler, a 2-point Kohler lead. And again, great to see this support in the crowd. We've got one more game coming up after this one, the EABL Final. I know a lot of people will be coming over to watch the Charnwood College Riders. And again, the City of London Academy men's team will be playing in that one. So a lot of support for both Kohler teams out on the courts today. And again, thank you to everybody watching on the YouTube channel. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. I mean, this is what you want from finals basketball.
Of course, there's a lot of love for Yas Edwards in the comments there.
And travel is called, you see there.
Good to see Stan is tuned into this one. This is a great get. It is indeed, Stan. It is indeed. Why aren't you here, man? Where's you and Nate Dogg?
Yeah, we need Stan. What are we going to do if there's a wedgie?
Yeah, what is a wedgie?
We need Stan to jump up. Cabia into Clark. Clark off the glass. Doesn't get it to drop. Copleston with a chance to tie or take the lead here. Swings it round to Edwards. Gibbons working inside, and foul is called. And that is on Aaliyah Clark, just her first. So it puts Louisa Gibbons at the free throw line. And Gibbons, she was named to the All-Conference second team in the South earlier this week. Again, another player playing Division 1. And was 5th in blocks per game in the WEABL this season. She was the under-17 player of the year in the South for last year. So again, you see the development of these players coming through. Habal controls things for Kohler. Working against Forster, needs some help. Oh, what a pass inside. Clark manages to save it. It's going to be out of bounds. Well, that was a tough catch.
Yeah, I tell you what, Isla Habal did really well to get that pass inside. Look, Forster absolutely smothering it. But like we were talking about in the previous game, footwork is one thing, but what you do with the ball when you're in a dead position is important. And Isla just did a great job of getting that pass into the high post.
Absolutely, she's one of those guards really able to get the ball where her teammates want it.
Right.
And she's got that connection along with Felicia Jacobs.
And these players know each other well as well. They know roughly where they're going to be at all times.
As Copleston tie the game at 43. Habal swings it round. Cabia needs to back it out. Habal's there. Forster closing it down. And saved in by Clark. Great save there from Clark. And that will be a shot clock violation. But refs just checking if they are going to put some time back on the clock. As checking whether the ball hit the rim before the time expired and it went out of bounds. So shot clock violation is called. It is Copleston ball. And Shay Oyewele back into the game for Kohler. Isla Ball to the bench. Tie game, 43-all. 4-6, picked off there by Cabia. Cabia driving to the basket, draws the foul. And Cabia is going to go to the line for 2. Cabia, again, one of the players playing in the Division 1 squad, where she's joint 7th in assists per game with 3.5 in that league. And was part of the under-18 National Cup winning team back in January that we saw here at the Performance Centre. And a lot of experience, junior Final Fours with Kohler, and putting on a show on the big stage here as she goes 2 of 2 from the line to put Kohler ahead. Forster, shot clock's turned off. Forster stepping through, doesn't get it to drop. Kohler with 9 seconds, they can hold for a shot here. Cabia, out to Oyewele, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, Oyewele, out, free throw, shot doesn't go for Kerside. And at the end of the first half, it is Kohler 45, Copleston 43. Adam, what a relentless back and forth first half we've just had.
It's everything we were expecting, wasn't it? 2 points in it at half-time, both teams coming out, and they both really want this, you know what I mean? It's been a great performance. Look how quickly Kohler are getting to the locker room there to talk things over. I mean, statistics-wise, the rebounding's been great, 21 and 29. The only thing that possibly might need addressing slightly for the Pride is points from turnovers, 14-7 in favour of Copleston at the moment, and second chance points, that important stat that we were talking about before, 3-8 in favour of the Pride. So Copleston are really going to want to look at that. But yeah, what a great shooting performance from 2-point range, 42% and 47%, 3-point range, 30 and 37%, free throws 69 and 71%. Both these teams shooting very well from all areas of the court. It's been a great first half. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in this one.
Definitely, just so closely matched. Leading the way for all scorers, it's Yasmin Edwards, 17 points for her, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, however many jump balls she's forced. And Christabel Osorobo, 9 points and 6 rebounds, along with 2 assists and 2 steals for her. And for Kohler, Glory Cabia, 10 points, 2 assists and a steal, 0 turnovers. And Violet Stutz, 10 points, 2 assists for her. Now, we're going to take a quick break for half-time, and we'll be back with you in around 6 minutes' time. So make sure to stick around, because you do not want to miss the second half of this game coming up very shortly. Welcome back into the National Basketball Performance Centre. We're getting ready for the second half of the WEABL final between Copleston and Kohler, and it has been an absolute must-see game in the first half. Kohler currently up by 2, 45-43, and Yasmin Edwards has been leading the way with 17 first half points for Copleston. Adam, we said it before the start of this game, but we are expecting a battle between these two teams. It always is when they match up across the leagues. They've played each other twice so far this season in the Academy League. Copleston winning by 5 in one game and 2 in another. It's always such a fun matchup, isn't it?
Fun matchup. I mean, what's the other way to do it? You said to me just off mic there, you could watch this as a 7-game series till the cows come home, you know what I mean? It's almost like you wish that games like this were a series, because you know it'd be back and forth and you'd have like a classic 7th game, you know.
So it'd probably come down to a buzzer beater.
Where it'd come down to a buzzer beater and, you know, a half-court shot from Liv Forster or, you know, Isla Habal or something, but no. Seriously, it's been everything I expected it to be. It's been competitive, there's been great defence. You know, they're both shooting really well. The players who you expect to come up big are coming up big. Statistically, I mean, it's all about Yas Edwards for Copleston with 17 and 4 at the moment. Liv Forster still working her way into the game, but she has 8 points.
And we're back underway for the second half. Osorobo, nice pass inside to Gibbons, who finishes, ties the game at 45, and a great start there for Copleston coming out of half-time. Perfect play to start things off. Habal round to Stutz, loads of space for 3. Can't get that to fall, but hey, that's dangerous if you leave Violet Stutz that open.
It certainly is. We'll see what she can do from there. Nice dish.
It's a great handoff. Again, the awareness. Edwards was in a better position underneath the basket to finish, and that takes her to 19 points.
So important in a fast break, Kaz, to realise that if there's a better pass, you take the pass.
Jacobs out to Stutz.
Well, Nick Drain's going for a travel there. I didn't quite see it, but it certainly looked like she travelled to me, but the refs had a good look at it too.
Jacobs gets the offensive board, but it's Gibbons that steals it away. And Edwards passes out to Forster. Forster with a long 3. Doesn't get it to fall, but an offensive board for Copleston. And Edwards just takes her time, lines it up, knocks it down.
We had the perfect view of that from where we were.
That was the most casual 3 I've seen since Temi Fagbenle did it in the corner at the Eurobasket competition a couple of years ago. Very obscure reference probably. But the time, Edwards just taking the time, getting the composure, turns into the shot, knocks it down. 22 points for Yasmin Edwards.
Nice handoff there from Gibbons. She just sizes up and goes, all right, I'll take it. Beautiful form, snaps the wrist, nothing but net.
I'm telling you, we are seeing some incredible talent out there today, and this is just a perfect showcase of the strength of talent that we've got across the leagues in this country, across the the youth talent that we have coming up, players across all the age groups. And it's fantastic to see, and it's fantastic that we have so many people out here in the crowd, so many people watching out on court, on the YouTube channel. Saruna, I think we got Saruna Gutsa and Tyrese Perry-Huggins down there in the comments. They'll be representing Ipswich or Copleston. And Tyrese having himself a season out in the States. And Saruna playing for Ipswich this season. Not Ipswich, sorry.
Copleston. No, I can't reiterate enough that this of the 3 games today, this is the one with so many names that we're going to be hearing from for a long time to come.
Ball into Diorama. Diorama working her way inside. Osorobo foul is called on Kohler. Gibbons directing traffic into Edwards in the corner, three's up, too strong, tipped into the hands of Carrington. Edwards back out to Carrington. Habal.
Oh, nice hustle from Habal there.
Great defense. Some good ball movement here from Copleston as Forster drives inside, somehow gets that one to fall.
She was determined to get that one. Gibbons was behind her wide open. Liz says, no, I'm going for it.
Jacobs underneath the basket, gets her a rebound, and again, and finishes the hustle. Gibbons.
Why not?
Three, too strong. Edwards is there for the rebound. Yasmin Edwards with a tough move to the basket, 24 points, and we're 3 minutes into the third quarter. Diorama hangs in the air and banks it in. Answers at the other end for Kohler. Osorobo out to Gibbons.
Oh, yeah. The momentum carried Liv a little bit there and she travelled. Oh, it's difficult when you kind of run into traffic like that. You see there, she puts it down and then just takes that stutter step there. But when you've got two players like that on you.
And Kohler doing a good job out there, getting it out to the ball, doubling Forster there.
Yeah, what you got to do, you've got to double team with Forster. You've got to double team Yaz Edwards, you know what I mean?
Habal out to Diorama. Shot doesn't drop. Osorobo hasn't, forced a racing ahead. Over to Carrington. Gibbons will get it back.
Great passing.
And three doesn't drop. And again, Diorama under the basket. She's been really big as Jacobs just lays it in at the other end.
Well,
cuts the lead to one.
That's the third or fourth bucket that they've had like that. But look at Liv Forster hustling away down there. Getting into it with Stutz.
So we end at line ball for Kohler into Diorama. 1 point lead for Copleston. Habal stops, pulls up, banks it in.
Seems to be something that Habal's added to her game over the last year there. She likes to shoot off the dribble. Had a couple of nice little pull-up jump shots like that one.
It's a good little mid-range. Ball's chased down. Edwards nets it. Yasmin Edwards has 27 points. We're not even halfway through the third quarter. She is on fire, putting on an absolute show. Eastern Arizona, she's coming for you in September.
Kaz, I think I'm going to go out on a limb. I feel like this is the end of an era with watching some of these players out here, but I've got to tell you, you know it. She's been one of our favourite players for the past couple of seasons. For me, Yaz Edwards might just be the most talented player that I've seen in the last 3 years or so.
She's
unbelievable player.
Absolutely fantastic, and just the growth and the progress you've seen from her, it's incredible. And she works so hard off the ball. If you're a young player, Gibbons for three. If you're a young player, watch what Yasmin Edwards does off the ball, and she has spent so long plying her trade, working off the ball, and also then enhancing her scoring.
Oh, nice pass for Bal. Nice pass.
And Jacobs finishes underneath the hoop.
This really is the sort of game that I'd want to show younger players that I coach.
Gibbons' three's too strong. I mean, it's just got everything. What more do you want? Jacobs to Habal. Oh, you're well A driving against Osorobo. Osorobo steals it away, but Jacobs comes up with it. Working to the basket. Can't get it in. Diorama does. Offensive rebound, puts the ball back in the hoop. And Adam, give me 7 games of this.
Hey, I could watch these teams slug it out all day long, Kaz.
It's a 1-point game. Copleston 60, Kohler 59, Yasmin Edwards 27 points. Both teams are absolutely fighting it out on court for this. You can see what it means to them. We've got players here. So for Copleston, Yasmin Edwards, Liv Forster, Christabel Osorobo, and Ella Hawes, they are going to be heading over to the States. This is their last time at this competition at the under-19 level. And on the other side for Kohler,
you know, you see, youth basketball sort of goes in phases. It's like every 3 or 4 years there's a bit of a change. This phase from the past couple of years of doing Kaz has been certainly one of the best I can remember. And there's certain players that you just associate with finals in this building. You know, you talk about guys like Matt Goodwin. Whenever he plays here in a final, he comes up big. You talk about Pokumensa, he comes up big in this building. Yaz Edwards, every time we see her play in this building, she comes up big, and she's done it again today. She's got an index of 29. She has 27 points and 5 rebounds and an assist. That doesn't even mention the stuff that she's doing off the ball as well. You know, I think there should be a Bellevue Hall of Fame for some of these players.
Definitely, and you love to see it.
Yeah.
Leach can't get that shot to drop. It's Jacobs with the rebound. That's a 12 points, 12 rebounds for Felicia Jacobs. Good job, Ralston, saving the ball.
Ralston next to us with the camera. Camera in one hand, ball in the other.
Gibbons, 1 point, Copleston lead. Hands it off to Osorobo. Over to Leach, driving the baseline. Floater doesn't drop. And oh no, we look like we've got an injury on the floor. Looks like Leach may have come down hard on an ankle. She's helped up by her team.
I think she's okay.
It's been an awkward fall. You hate to see that. You hate to see anybody get injured.
Let's just see what happened there.
And
we've got the replay. So she goes baseline. She comes in. Oh, Leah, she takes some contact. She goes knee to knee there. And I think it's one of those that hurts straight away, but then stops hurting quick enough for you to get back on the floor. She's okay.
She's a tough cookie. She's out there. And it's Habal to Jacobs. Habal gets it back. Into Jacobs. And that is going to be a foul on the floor. And again, that's just the first foul on Copleston. Again, both teams very disciplined with the fouls in the first 3 quarters. Although that is foul number 3 on Louisa Gibbons for Copleston.
Well, that's the first player on 3 fouls with 3:45 left to go in the 3rd quarter. That's pretty good going. Copleston caught asleep there.
As Jacobs puts Kohler up by 1, and she's got 14. It's a back and forth game on her hands today. Leach, 3 doesn't drop. Osorobo chases it down. She's been relentless on the boards all game long. And foul on the floor. That is foul number 3 on Diorama. Just a second team foul on Kohler. So end line ball, Leach. Gets it into Gibbons. Goes through into the hands of Edwards. Gibbons. Round to Osorobo, 3's up. And doesn't drop. Diorama again with another rebound. And Diorama, Adam, she's been, again, positioning herself so well under the basket. She's very quietly just going about what her team needs to do on the board. I say quietly, but she's got 6 rebounds, 14 points. And Forster on the break, going against the ball.
Oh, great move, Liv Forster.
Jacobs, 1 point Copleston lead. Stutz driving. And we've got a substitution for Kohler. Glory Cabia checking back in.
Well, one thing I was just going to mention, Kohler rotating their players quite a lot, but you got Yaz Edwards, Olivia Forster, Gibbons and Osorobo played every minute of the game so far for Copleston.
So mirroring again what we saw in the first game, isn't it? Habal to Cabia. Cabia's shot is short, looks like she got.
I think Forster may have got a piece of it there.
2:22 to play in the third quarter. Leach to Gibbons, back to Leach, lines up the three, too strong, chased down by Forster, and a step out of bounds. But again, the intensity that both teams are playing with is off the charts.
They're not giving each other anything, Kaz. Point game.
Stutz. Cabia against Edwards. Into Diorama. Diorama trying to keep it alive. Forster dives on the floor to save it. And we got point Gibbons. Over to Leach.
Oh, great pass.
Osorobo finishes.
What a great play there. Nice swing pass from Gibbons out to the corner. Ball back inside, easy money.
And that's a 3-point lead for Copleston. The ball hunts it off to Cabia. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Cabia against Leach. Out to Stutz, and a foul on the floor. Maybe saving Kohler a little bit there.
Yeah.
As Copleston doing a really good job defensively. As we'll see, Gibbons head to the bench, and Deanna Carrington back in for Copleston, and Shea Oyuwele and Aaliyah Clark in for Kohler.
Well, that's the first break for Gibbons there. She's worked so hard so far in the game.
Oyuwele to Stutz. Stutz finds some space to the basket. Rejected by Osorobo. But Stutz finding a lane there. Space to the basket. Over to Cabia. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Cabia's short floater is good. Back to a 1-point game. Leach on the baseline. Carrington, three's too short. Osorobo gets the whistle on that play. That's going to put Christabel Osorobo at the line. And Osorobo, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year in the South Division, All-Conference first team this year. She's been 6th in rebounds per game with a 10.3 this season. Last year, she was the WEABL South Most Improved Player. And as we said, heading over to Gonzaga in September. Shot just rolls off the front of the rim. Stutz over to Cabia. Going against Leach. Jacobs. Oyuwele, shot clock's running down. 5 seconds. Oyuwele alone in the corner. Knocks down the three. It's a big bucket for Shea Oyuwele. Puts Kohler ahead by 2. 12 seconds. It's stolen away by Oyuwele. Racing down the court. And gets the foul call. 2 fantastic possessions there from Shea Oyuwele. Doing it on offense, doing it on defense.
Yep, she's doing it both ends of the floors there. Really strong hustle from her.
And Shea alongside Felicia Jacobs is going to be again 2 of the players from Kohler. This is their last chance, last time at the under-19 level. And 2 players that I feel like when I was speaking to Coach Jackson Gibbons before, I was like, no, they can't be. We only just saw them under 16s.
Sure.
As that's tipped into the hands of Jacobs. Can't get the shot to fall. 3 seconds, Osorobo. Edwards needs to put it up. Scoop layup, doesn't go, and basket would have been waved off. That was after the shot clock So at the end of the third quarter, Kohler take the lead back 66-64. A 21-21 quarter from both teams. They are so evenly matched. They're so close. Yasmin Edwards is leading the way with a massive 27 points, 5 rebounds, an assist and 2 steals. And for Kohler, Felicia Jacobs, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 7 of them offensive. And it's those 7 offensive rebounds that have given them that edge in this game, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, Kohler have been out-rebounding for most of the game. They've got 44 rebounds to Copleston's 34, so a 10-point difference at this point in the game is a lot. So Copleston are going to have to react to the rebounds, but like we said at the top of the programme, you know, when you've got, you've got 2 tall players like Esther Cursat is 6'3", and then Felicia Jacobs at 6'2", you know, what can you do? You know, how do you compete with the rebounding at that level? Because I don't think, apart from Diorama, no, I do apologise. Let me take a look here. Apart from Louisa Gibbons, Copleston don't have a player over 6 foot. So, you know, on paper, that's how you'd expect the rebounding stats to look.
Yeah.
But Copleston are going to have to figure out a way around that. And their way around that is to do what they've been doing on the fast break.
And we know that they are a team that like to play fast,
yes,
like to get out into transition.
Yeah, and they can shoot very well as well. So, you know, there's nothing in it, Kaz. You know, it's 66. You know, I wouldn't even care to try and predict what's going to happen in this game.
Exactly.
This is one of those games where I actually would love triple overtime. It's one of those games you don't want to ever end. You know what I mean? It's just been so entertaining.
It's an absolutely fantastic showcase for women's basketball, for the youth basketball that we've got out there. And like you say, I mean, as a basketball fan, we're just watching 2 teams go at each other. It's absolutely unmatched.
You and me are completely neutral in this game. You know, both of these teams are from the south. We're from the north. It's just great being a fan, commentating a game on 2 of the best teams in the country with some of the best players in the country.
Definitely. So, guys, if you're out there, just, you know, triple overtime. It's on the cards. It's up to you guys.
Keep it coming.
So back underway for the 4th quarter. 10 more minutes to go. Carrington drive into the hoop, puts it in. Tie game at 66 all.
But 2 people that we can't overlook, Kaz, is coaches Nick Drain and Jackson Gibbons, because they're the ones that are producing these players that play such incredible basketball. You know, as everyone knows, I always wear a hat and I tip it to both of them right now.
Both doing a fantastic job for their programs. Especially alongside their coaching staff as well, Brian Nguru and Chandera Jones-Araya out there for Kohler, and Danny Manning and Tom Kelly for Copleston. And Danny Manning, one of our co-commentators for a couple of seasons ago.
Always good to see him.
Yeah, both doing just a fantastic job with their programs, really developing the talent, and it just shows year in, year out on the court. Stutz into the corner. Long pass over to Habal. 4 seconds on the shot clock. And it's picked off there by Forster. Over to Edwards. Yasmin Edwards doesn't finish that time. Stutz out to Cabia. Hands it off to Jacobs. Works her way inside. Doesn't fall that time.
You know, Kaz, it's almost a shame that players like Liv Forster and Yaz Edwards don't go on to play college basketball together, because I'm a big fan of these career-long 1-2 punches. One of my favourites, and I know it's definitely one of your favourites, is Georgia Anderson-Jones and Dominique Allen. You know, you're sort of thinking that it would be lovely to have another 2 like that. 2 legends of the game that come through, they do everything together. But I have a feeling that they'll be in teams together nationally for years to come.
Definitely, that'll be something to look
Wouldn't
out
it
for.
Just?
As Carrington fighting away underneath the basket, not giving up on the possession, and again, offensive rebound puts it back in, puts Copleston ahead by 2. Cabia Three's too strong, chased down. Osorobo comes up with it, but will just step out of bounds.
She was tightrope walking down the line there, but I think her toe went out.
And as you just mentioned before, yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of these players with those connections on the GB team.
Yeah.
You know, we see Felicia Jacobs representing GB, Isla Habal playing at the under-16 level, and you know, we'll see players on opposing teams on the same team at some point. And yeah, when you've got players with that connection like Dom Allen and Georgia Anderson, you love to see it. They play the majority of their careers together. As Habal's shot doesn't go at the buzzer, gets the rebound, and gets it to drop. Isla Habal with the friendly
Isla's
roll.
had a great game. Really impressed with her today, Kaz.
She's been incredible. And again, just so much more to come. As Osorobo with a hook shot doesn't fall. Rebounds tipped. And it's Kerside that finally comes away with it for Kohler. We are tied here in the fourth quarter. Habal against Forster. Nice pass out to Stutz in the corner, who nails the shot. And again, Violet Stutz, those corner threes, just a real sharp shooting player. And give her an inch of space and she's going to hit it. Carrington looks to answer, too strong. And ball's chased down. Yasmin Edwards fight for it. Cabia and Carrington. And a jump ball called. And Kohler lead by 3 here in the fourth quarter. Possession is going to go with Kohler.
I feel like this one's going to go to the wire, Kaz. It's going to be blow for blow throughout this fourth quarter. I think there's a few twists and turns left in this one.
Aaliyah Clark checking into the game for Felicia Jacobs. Jacobs heading to the bench with 14 points and 14 rebounds. She's put in a shift today.
The Kohler drums are in full effect there, reverberating around Bellevue. You can probably hear them all the way down in Longside.
Got vuvuzelas as well. Habal stops, short jumper. Not that time. And Copleston with a chance to tie here. Carrington out to Edwards. Edwards for 3. That's too strong. And ball's out, gonna stay with Copleston. And you see there that both Kerside and Osorobo reaching for the ball, using their length. As Ediora Diorama back into the game. Kerside will head to the bench. Osorobo banks it in. Back to a tie game. And again, Osorobo, she's a big, but she can shoot the 3 like that.
Yeah.
So dangerous. Habal, long 2, banks it in.
Hey, the bank's been open all day for Habal today. That's a second bank shot.
14 for Habal, 7 assists. Kohler up 2. Edwards driving baseline. Out to Osorobo. Doesn't drop. Ball's out. Stays with Copleston. I think Gibbons may have just got caught.
Well, I mean, she's brave going up for that rebound because she just got caught right in between the 2 Kohler bigs there. She's just taking a moment to recompose herself, but
so, I mean, these players have got no fear.
She's tough.
Osorobo. Not that time. Cabia comes up with it. Stutz. Too strong off the glass, but we got a whistle. And that is foul number 3 on Deanna Carrington. Just
That's okay. 5 minutes to go, 3 fouls. This is about the sort of time in the game when, you know, you start looking up and going, all right, if I need to, I can use up a couple of my fouls now. But obviously in a game as tight as this.
Stutz hits the first free throw. 7.6 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists this season. Second one doesn't go. Edwards grabs the ball, And it's Opal that steals it away and races down the court. Passes intercepted by Forster.
You know what? We've been making a lot of bold statements today, Kaz, and I'm going to make another big one about Liv Forster. Now, you'll notice that whenever the ball goes dead, she calls everybody in and hustles up. Is she the new Joe Leedham?
Oh, I like that.
Is she the new Joe Leedham? That leadership role.
Stutz too strong. Habal saves it. Kohler get another chance. Cabia swings it over to Diorama.
Oh, that's a big basket.
Finishes.
Diorama lets Gibbons know, I got you that time. But there we see once again Liv Forster bringing them all in. So yeah, just watching her over the years, you know, if she's not having a big game numbers-wise, you know that she's going to be in the thick of it at all times, directing the play, talking to Coach Drain, you know, pulling the girls together to talk whenever they get an opportunity. And in her, I just see that kind of leadership that we see from the GOAT herself, Joe Leedham. So maybe, just maybe, Liv Forster becomes that player, because we all know that we even named a stat after Joe Leedham.
The JLC.
Yeah, the JLC, you know, so we knew that she could score big if she needed to, but the hustle and the leadership that Joe Leedham showed over the years, I wonder if this young lady's going to be the next person in British basketball to be that person. And believe me, I don't take it lightly saying that, because as far as I'm concerned, Joe Leedham is the GOAT. And if she's watching today, Joe, you know how much we love you, how much we miss seeing you play. But to start comparing people to players like that, you know that there's something there. It's very exciting indeed.
So a 5-point Kohler lead. That's been a big swing in the last minute or so. 5 minutes, 3 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. And it will put Kohler at the line for one. So Copleston need to not get panicked here. This is the largest lead Kohler have had since the first quarter. Sorry, any team's had since the first quarter.
You know what's interesting, Kaz, is that the amount of people watching the game has gone up by about 100 in the last 10 minutes. I think word has got out on the socials that we have a heck of a ball game here. And it's great to see everybody tuning in and joining us to support their team and to support British basketball.
Definitely. And Diorama at the line.
I want to say this is the biggest lead spread that we've had all game.
So we had an 8-point lead in the first quarter. Yeah.
Certainly for a while.
It's up there. And Edwards. That's Carrington
great
ahead.
Pass.
Can't finish. Ball's picked up by Diorama again. Right place, right time for her. Stutz. Round to Habal. Jacobs with the shot clock running down. Kicks it out. Cabia, 3. It's good!
That's a huge
dagger.
shot.
Big bucket for Cabia. Carrington. Ball's loose. Diorama comes up with it. She's got Stutz up ahead. Lays it in off the glass. And that's a big swing for Kohler. Takes the lead up to 10.
Out of nowhere, we have a 10-point ball game.
If you're Copleston here, you don't need to panic. You can still chip into this. Osorobo, that three's good.
There you go. Now's the time that they need to get a little bit methodical and make sure that they're taking the right shots at the right time. That was the right shot at the right time, and it went in.
Definitely. Get some stops here. You've got one of the best defenders in the league in Yasmin Edwards, and the defensive player of the year in the South in Christabel Osorobo. Get some stops as Stutz. 3 rolls out. The ball's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Kohler, a 7-point lead. As Deanna Carrington checks out of the game, and Keris Leach back in for Copleston. Stutz into Habal. Jacobs, round to Cabia. Cabia gets it back, 3's up. That's short. Leach with the rebound. And we got a whistle on the floor. Ball's going to go the way of Copleston. And that foul is foul number 3 on Felicia Jacobs. Forster to Edwards. Gibbons. Edwards saves that one in. And Diorama just gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. And she, again, Adora Diorama, just right place, right time, just jumps out. 4.5 seconds on the shot clock. Forster. And she's fouled on the shot. That's going to put her at the line for 2. And with just under 3 minutes to play, a 7-point deficit for Copleston. Stutz is called for the 3rd foul. So Forster with 2 big shots here. And the first is good. Named the MVP to the all-conference first team in the South this year. Second is good, 2 of 2 from the line. And it's a 5-point game. So you want to talk about that confidence and leadership I was just talking about. The pressure on her for those 2 free throws there, and she nails both of them. Shea Oyuele back into the game for Kohler.
Oh, good hustle, good hustle.
And Yasmin Edwards driving to the hoop, gets her own rebound. And jump ball is forced.
Feels like Yaz has been on 27 points for quite a long time now.
I think Kohler have done a good job of getting out to her this quarter and forcing others on Copleston to score, which, you know, they can do, as Osirova puts it in underneath the basket, and they've put a 10-point lead down to 3. Diorama to Jacobs. Jacobs turns, can't get that to fall. Whistle on the play.
Well, we're at that point in the game where things start to get a little bit more tactical, and you start wondering about whether to put people on the line, but Diorama, that's 5 fouls.
So Diorama will have to head to the bench. She has been really
big performance from her, Kaz. 16-7 and 119 index. What a shame for her.
And that's going to have, so we'll have Habal back into the game. And Clark. Forster. Over to Leach. Leach lines up the 3. Too strong. Osirobo's there for the rebound. Blocked.
Huge rebound, huge block.
Clark getting a hand on that one. Habal against Forster. Into Jacobs. Clark underneath the basket. Puts it in. Leads back to 5. Leach to Gibbons. Osirobo with space. 3's good!
That was a clutch shot from Osirobo. Lined it up perfectly.
Back to a 2-point game. Stutz over to Jacobs.
Oh, what
inside. And Jacobs picks it up, puts it back in. This is back and forth basketball. Leach with time, sets up the 3, doesn't go. Four-point Kohler lead. As Deanna Carrington back into the game, carries Leach to the bench for Copleston. Just under 90 seconds to play here. It's a 4-point Kohler lead. Kohler with the ball. A whistle on the inbound. So it's a turnover and Copleston will get the ball back. It's a big call. Carrington round to Edwards. Forster. Turns, fires, hits!
Oh! got to be kidding. You have got to be kidding.
Coming up clutch. Ball's intercepted. Osarobo over to Forster.
Surely
Forster.
not. Oh.
Shot's short. Jacobs over to Habal. Habal needs to get it over the line and does. Going against Edwards. Cavia. And fouls called on Edwards.
Well.
And that is the 5th foul on Yasmin Edwards. Just a 3rd team foul for Copleston. So that is going to put Kohler at the sideline.
Well,
no free throws as yet.
Yeah, and Yas has got fouls to give. She's only on 2.
Habal pulls up for 3 and hits it! Isla Habal raining threes in Manchester. Kohler up for Gibbons, looks to answer, doesn't drop. Habal chases it down. 26 seconds to go. Stutz. It's a 4-point Kohler lead. Copleston need a stop here. And foul will be called on Edwards.
Still not in the penalty though.
And a dagger from Isla Habal. An absolutely huge basket from the young player. 17 points for her. And hits a 3 in an absolutely neck and neck game.
Well, I'm still trying to get my jaw off the table, Kaz. That was an incredible sequence. Liv Forster hitting that huge three and then Habal just putting that one down.
It's a 4-point game. Kohler lead and Kohler have the ball. If you're Copleston here.
There's the first of the 3 threes.
Forster's turn around.
Forster then turns and hits that one. And then down at the other end, Habal says, hey, check this out.
What an incredible sequence of basketball. So Kohler up for 20.1 seconds. Copleston, you need to get a quick steal or a quick stop, don't you? And then some quick points. And it doesn't have to be a 3, but you need to get a stop because you need to get the ball back in your hands.
Absolutely, I've got nothing more to add to that. They need a stop, they need a turnover, they need to get the ball down the floor. Hit a 2-point shot, 20 seconds, there's still plenty of time left. But you're kind of thinking the way that they're shooting the threes at the moment, do you go for it?
I think once you get the ball, you need to just go for the best shot that you've got. You've got to get the ball first. And you've got here, look, Osarobo on the inbound. She's going to use her wingspan, use her length to try and put the smaller Habal off.
Here we go.
Gets it in, and that's a quick foul on Gibbons.
I actually suspected that might be what they try to do because at this point, this last 19 seconds could take a heck of a long time. That puts Copleston in the penalty, so any fouls from now on, Kohler goes to the free throw line.
And you don't want to take too much time off the clock.
Yeah.
So Stutz, first free throw doesn't drop. It's a 2-possession game regardless.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kohler would be much happier if they could put it a little bit further out.
This is a huge shot for her now.
And gets it to go. 5-point game. And a timeout.
I think Nick Dre might have called that one. He's just going to be glad to have the ball back in his team's hands. Now, what does he do? Does he go to the perimeter or does he try and get the ball inside?
So 19.1 seconds. You don't want to take too much time off the clock here. I would imagine they're gonna advance the ball.
Yeah.
Look for a quick 3 because it's been working. And Osarobo and Gibbons inside. You also got Edwards jumping in there for the rebound. So you've got the potential to rebound if the shot's missed.
Who do you give the shot to though? Because obviously Liv's really stepped up in this final quarter, but Gibbons has hit a 3, Osarobo's hit a 3.
I think you've got to look to either Edwards or Osarobo to come off the screen, but you would likely put Osarobo inside to try and get that rebound if the shot doesn't go. So look maybe for Yasmin Edwards or Liv Forster to come off the screen. Well, and hey, if the look's not there, you go inside. But it needs to be quick.
One thing I can safely say, Kaz, is I do not envy being Nick Drain right now. He's got a lot of decisions to make, but he's such an experienced coach, such a knowledgeable coach. Look, he's first back on the floor. Yaz is like, come on, let's get this thing going.
So it needs to be a relatively quick score for Copleston. You don't really want to take more than 6-7 seconds off the clock. It needs to be a quick score because you do need another possession after this one to tie the game. And if you're Kohler, hey, time's on your side. Keep doing what you've been doing. Just defend as well as possible. As Forster into Osorovo. Looking for Forster. Over to Edwards. Steps back. She's blocked by Habal. Camia comes up with it. Isla Habal doing it on both ends of the court. Hits a big three to put Kohler up and blocks at the other end.
Well, Yas needed she had to get a three-point shot off. You saw her back out to the three-point line to jack that one up.
And that is a fourth foul on Edwards. And that will put Glory Cabia at the line. First doesn't drop. Second bounces out, but rebound Clark. Over to Stutz. Fighting for the rebound is Edwards. Needs to put something up here. Long shot, doesn't drop. And congratulations to Kohler. They are your WEABL champions. 89-84 over Copleston, the second seed in the South, finishing on top at the end of the season. A massive performance from the team. Jackson Gibbons said they were embracing the underdog narrative as they were coming into this one, and they have put on a real all-round team performance in today's game. 17 points from Violet Stutz and 3 assists, 17 points from Isla Habal and 7 assists with 4 rebounds. Habal hitting that big three late in the fourth quarter and coming up with a clutch block to deny Copleston. Glory Cabia, 15 points for her, 6 assists and a steal. And Felicia Jacobs adding in 16 points, 16 rebounds and 2 assists. And for Copleston, they played an incredible game. It was neck and neck until the final couple of minutes. They should be incredibly proud of themselves. They've done a fantastic job all season long. Yasmin Edwards with a huge performance, a performance for the ages, 27 points, 8 rebounds, an assist and 2 steals. Christabel Osorovo, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists and 3 steals, and 2 big blocks. And Olivia Forster, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists and 3 steals. And Adam, I know if you're Copleston, this one was so close, but and it is for some of these players you mentioned, it's their last game at the under-19 level, but they should be so proud of themselves and so proud of what they've achieved this season. They're a really strong team, and it's always a battle against Kohler when these two teams match up. And hey, they put on an amazing show for the fans. And congratulations to Kohler, Coach Jackson Gibbons, Brian Enguro and Chandera Jones-Araya and the rest of the team.
Well, that was certainly one of the games of the season for me, Kaz. What an unbelievable game. Both teams going neck and neck throughout. I mean, how much fun is it to do games like that where there's never more than a couple of points in it? Like you say, it wasn't until that last minute where Kohler managed to stretch it out a little bit. But I mean, incredible performances there. I mean, Felicia Jacobs, 16 points, 16 rebounds, unbelievable. Yas Edwards, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it, where, you know, if you're going to start talking about MVP, you've got to be looking at Felicia there. You know, if you're looking at player of the game, you want to be talking about Yas Edwards because she was absolutely incredible from the very start.
Yeah, Yas was phenomenal for Copleston, and again, Christabel Osorovo with those 22 points, 12 rebounds. And for Kohler, Felicia Jacobs, Shea Oyewale, players that they're going to be heading over to the States next season. You know, all the players that we've seen out on the court, they make their most of their time out on court. You know, they're playing this game with just such heart and such intensity, and you love to see it. And again, credit to both organisations. Do a really, really good job of developing players. Players coming through again, you know, We've got them in the comments right now. Serena Guta playing out with Brent this season. We're coming up through the Ipswich programme. Coach Jackson Gibbons has got a lot of players like Emily O'Connell out in the States. And again, just credit to both programmes, both coaches, both sets of players. Just a fantastic performance. And if you're a fan of basketball at any level, this is a game that, you know, I'm going to recommend back to people. There's always those games that's like, hey, you want an example? Watch this one.
Absolutely. There's going to be a link going into my team's group chat tonight. Everybody watch this game. Just watch every single player that steps on the floor and see what they do.
So Copleston collecting their runners-up medals, and it will be defending champions, back-to-back champions, Cola, as we wait for the MVP to be announced. And if you're talking MVPs, I mean, it's a tough choice. You have Felicia Jacobs there, 16 points, 16 rebounds, a couple of assists. Isla Habal, 17, 7 assists and 4 rebounds, and just a couple of just massive plays in the game when it really mattered. And Gloria Cabia as well for me, like
it had everything.
Yeah.
Clutch shots, big players coming up big time. It was just unbelievable from start to finish. That last quarter there, I mean, when Liv Foster hit that shot and then Habal hit her shot, you're just thinking, I just wonder, excuse me.
Congratulations to Cola, 89-84 over Copleston. Make sure to stay tuned to the Basketball England YouTube channel, because we have the EABL final coming up at 5 o'clock. That is between the Charnwood College Riders and City of London Academy Southwark Pride in the men's game. And that will be at 5 o'clock, so look out for the new link on the Basketball England YouTube channel. And again, stay liked and subscribed to the YouTube channel, all the social media channels, loads of highlights, loads of great content out there. And lots of support for both teams in the comments. Thank you to everybody who's joined us for today's game. What a showcase of basketball. And we can see there, and it looks like the MVP is Isla Habal, 17 points.
You know what? I'm really happy for Isla. She had an incredible game.
17 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. One block
yeah.
for 5'6". Isla Habal.
She was incredible. She had such a great game. Clutch shooter at the end of the game there. Well done to her.
Massive congratulations. A very well-deserved MVP for her. And we see the players coming up to collect the winner's trophy. And we will try and grab you some interviews with Coach Jackson Gibbons and MVP Isla Habal very shortly after Cola celebrate their back-to-back titles. Massive congratulations to them. And for Copleston, we know we'll see them again through this programme. They're a very strong programme. Coach Nick Drain, a lot of players on this team will be back. There'll be some that we won't see,
but some new additions.
Exactly.
So while the photographs are being taken of the winning team, Cass is going to head courtside, and she's hopefully going to get an interview with head coach or MVP, or hopefully both. Cola huddle up to have one last chat before leaving the court. What a great day for them though, and their travelling fans. Just see that beautiful pull-up jump shot there from Isla Habal. She had such a big game. Well, I can see from the commentary booth that Kaz has managed to get hold of head coach Jackson Gibbons and MVP Isla Habal. So we're going to go courtside in just a second with Kaz, and she's going to be speaking to Isla Habal first. And we're just about ready to go courtside with Kaz Bullock. She's with MVP Isla Habal.
Isla, congratulations on a huge team win. How are you feeling after that one?
I feel amazing. Like everyone contributed to the team, to the win, everything. We all did it together. It was good.
They did, and you could see it out there. You had 17 points. You had a huge block at the end and a huge three. Just really, really relentless. You never gave up doing it on offense and on defense. And as you said, just a team win. You have Glory out there hitting threes, Felicia inside. Do you just practice that so well together as a unit?
Yeah, we talked about it before the game. We have to stay united the whole game. This is how we win games. That's it.
And you weren't phased when you go down. You're able to hold on to a lead as well. Is that confidence something you built through the season?
Yeah, even if I feel down, my teammates will always like help me get back up and stuff. So we're all like together.
And for you, seeing you on this stage, it's fantastic to see you. We saw you a couple of years ago with the Harringay Angels at the under-16 level. How have you enjoyed coming through into the COLA program?
I really enjoyed it. It's really good. I've enjoyed the coaches, everyone on the staff, my teammates. I love them so much.
That's it. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations on the MVP and today's win. I'll let you go celebrate with the team.
Thank you.
That is MVP Isla with Kaz Bullock there, and we're going to go back courtside momentarily, where Kaz is going to be speaking to head coach of COLA, Jackson Gibbons. Let's go courtside.
Congratulations on today's win. That was an absolutely incredible game to watch. It was maybe a little bit more stressful to coach, but how are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, honestly, I think Nick and I are probably about 5 years older after that. It was a hell of a seesaw ride. Their adjustments and their in-game coaching was really, really good. It caused us no amount of problems, or a huge amount of problems. And I'm just exceptionally proud of our girls, how they put themselves out there. We had a different game plan today. We had to change something. We'd lost to them twice in the regular season, and we had to do something different. And one of the things that we try and teach in our academy with our kids is there's never just one way, and we wanted to be adaptable. And today, they were just tough and resilient. And then you just had a conversation with somebody who changes our team massively. Last year, Ipswich dominated us in club basketball twice. And it's because we were struggling at the point guard spot, and Isla's come and joined our academy and been brilliant. So, credit to Ipswich and Copleston, credit to them, great team. And I said the same thing about Faye and Dean last year. It's not to overshadow any of their players, but Liv Forster's arguably the hardest cover we've ever had. She's an absolutely sensational player. And I said to their girls afterwards, it's a rivalry, but away from the rivalry, we've got so much respect for them. We just can't show it here on the court. We've got to go to war, but we genuinely have so much respect for them as a team, and and Liv as well as their kind of leader and stuff. So
that's absolutely great to hear. This is just a fantastic showcase for women's basketball and for basketball at the under-19 level. Like you both, every time these two teams come out, like you say, it's a battle and it's a rivalry, but a really exciting one.
Yeah, for us, we're usually more focused on ourselves and how we can improve. The journey of COLA is never an easy one. I say that to the kids before they join. It's always going to be a battle, but nothing easy comes without struggle. And we feel in basketball, we're always in the beautiful struggle, and it's worth it in the end if you do the things that the coaches are asking you, commit to it. And they're a fantastic group. This has been probably one of the hardest years we've had culture-wise. And they got it right at the end when it counted and when it mattered, and exceptionally proud of them. And I want to give a shout out to Brian the Guru as well, just because it isn't easy coaching with me. I'm a little bit stubborn, so I have two thank yous, please. Can I thank,
of course, yeah,
Pete Pito, our transport manager. We nearly never made it here. Most incredible guy. And just thank you to everybody at COLA. We've had so much support this week. It's been ridiculous, and so thank you to everyone.
It's amazing to see you've had a lot of travelling support as well. 2 massive drums, which we know is in the crowd. That's making a lot of noise.
It's been brilliant, and I just want to give a shout out. I don't want to say why, but one of my dear friends, Namo Shiri, helped me on my on my coaching career, my journey, and I just want to say thank you to him. It means a lot.
That's absolutely fantastic to
Thank
hear.
you,
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank
Go
you
and
so
enjoy
much.
your win.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Coach. That is Coach Jackson Gibbons, courtside with Kaz Bullock. Great victory for Kohler. Well, we're going to be back with the theme of Kohler in a couple of minutes' time as City of London Academy men are going to be taking on Charnwood College. We're going to be right back with you in about 35 minutes to keep it locked into the Basketball England YouTube channel, where we'll be bringing you all the action. Game 3, our final game of the day. We'll catch you in a few.